And I love this drill for you to train in your pivot. I put the club across my shoulder. During the backswing, we know I want a full at least 90-degree turn. So I'm trying to get this grip turned at least past the stick inside my right foot. That'd be my backswing. As I start down, I'm gonna now get this grip over that 45-degree angle stick. And when I do that, I'm imagining I'm getting down into my downswing to the point where I get to left arm parallel. From that 45-degree position, I'm gonna now get the club parallel to the stick on the ground. So when I do this, it should flow a little bit. So if I do some without stopping, when you practice, it should look like this. So over the one inside my right foot, down to 45, over the one inside my left foot. Turn back, keep it back for a second, turn through. Hey guys, Eric here, back outside at the Bethlehem Golf Club. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to turn the shoulders in the golf swing and 3 key checkpoints that are going to help you. Now, before we dive in, I'd like to talk quickly about CogornoGolf.com. We built CogornoGolf.com to remove the barrier between you and I, so I could be your personal golf coach and help you improve faster. Now, whether you're looking to break 100, break 90, fix your slice, whatever it is, we have solutions. You get access to all of our master classes. We have over 500 exclusive videos at CogornoGolf.com available nowhere else, as well as the ability to send in your swing for feedback and get personal feedback from myself to build you a personal practice plan. Would love to see you at CogornoGolf.com. We'll put a link down in the description down below. Now in today's video, we're going to talk about how to turn the shoulders in the golf swing and 3 key checkpoints. We're going to hop over to show you how good players turn their shoulders. I'll explain a little bit and we'll come back and I'll show you a couple of drills. Do me a favor, as you guys are watching this video, click that like button down below if you do enjoy it and subscribe if you haven't. Let's take a look at how good players turn their shoulders. So let's take a look here at how the shoulders work in the golf swing, and there's 3 key checkpoints that we're going to look for. If we assume the shoulders are square at address, during the backswing, we want to get the shoulders to turn a full 90 or more degrees. And so this position at the top being at or past 90 degrees, that allows us to get enough depth and length in the backswing from the other side we'll look at. So checkpoint 1 is 90 degrees to the top. By the time they get back to left arm parallel, during the downswing, we'd like to see the shoulders stay closed here about 45 degrees, or said differently, they open 45 degrees, so you're not ripping them right open from the top. This would be checkpoint 2. And then checkpoint 3 would be by the time you get to arms parallel into the follow through, you'd like to see the chest and shoulders square to the target. So let's run back through that one more time. In the setup position, they're square. During the top of the backswing, we want to turn them a full 90 degrees or more if possible, so that would be to here. And as we start down, by the time we get to left arm parallel, so about the first foot or so of the downswing, you want to keep the back to the target for a second, keep the chest closed for a minute, and only open them 45 degrees. And then from here, as we work through, the chest and shoulders should be square by the time the arms get parallel to the ground. So by the time the arms are here, about halfway into the follow through, the chest is square. So it's 90 degrees back, only open 45, and then get to square there. And that's really going to be true whether we look at the irons or the driver. Some minor nuances as you look, but basically the same sort of checkpoints. Here's Robert Rock up to the top. So full 90 or more shoulder turn at the top here again. By the time we get down to left arm parallel, which will be about here, we're going to keep the shoulders and chest back for the first little bit of the backswing, about 45 degrees. And then by the time we get to arms parallel into the follow through, which would be between these 2 positions here, you see the chest, if we just went 1 frame farther for him, the chest and shoulders want to get square by the time the arms get parallel. And the key here is, when we look at this, why is that important? Well, getting the full chest and shoulder turn up to the top allows us to get enough depth up to the top, right? So it allow us to get the arms and hands in enough to get the butt of the club to travel up and in far enough during the backswing. And then the key as we keep the shoulders closed is at this first position. So if we keep the shoulders closed 45 degrees, that allows us to keep the lead arm in, so the bicep against the pec. It allows the hands to be in and us to be able to keep depth to the club and shallow the club and swing more from inside. If the chest and shoulders get open too quick, the arms and hands would be much more out here in front of him, which would have to make him do some sort of tilting or fixing later on. And that same piece is going to be true with the driver. If we look at a good full shoulder turn here to the top, let's get Robert Rock. The big turn to the top allows him to get the depth, right? He hits the checkpoint. So club over the toes, hands in line with the pec, hands over and behind the shoulder line. So that allows him to get this good depth up to the top, get the butt of the club back here by the heel line. And then as he starts down, the key is keeping some of that shoulder turn early, and that allows him to keep the arms and hands in just in the initial phases, right? So you can shallow the shaft and swing and hit the ball from down and inside. And so those are the pieces we're looking at. And then the chest turn into the follow through allows the body rotation, allows the club to swing back to the left and get back on plane in the follow through. So 90 to the top, 45 halfway down to left arm parallel, and then shoulders square by arms parallel in the follow through. So now we have a good feel for what we're looking for in terms of shoulder turn, right? So the full 90-degree shoulder turn, still 45 degrees back by left arm parallel, and fully square into the follow through. Now, I love to build a little practice station for all of these. I'm going to show you how we set it up and how you can feel these pieces and train these in if you need more backswing turn or keeping the shoulders more turned on the way down. So here's what we do. If I take my normal setup position, got an 8-iron, but you can use any iron or driver for this. I put a stick in front of my lead heel, I put a stick in front of my trail heel, and I put a stick about 45 degrees. Now, what's the point of this? Well, if I take my club and I put it across the shoulder, and I love this drill for you to train in your pivot. I put the club across my shoulder. During the backswing, we know I want a full at least 90-degree turn. So I'm trying to get this grip turned at least past the stick inside my right foot. That'd be my backswing. As I start down, I'm gonna now get this grip over that 45-degree angle stick. And when I do that, I'm imagining I'm getting down into my downswing to the point where I get to left arm parallel. From that 45-degree position, I'm gonna now get the club parallel to the stick on the ground. So when I do this, it should flow a little bit. So if I do some without stopping, when you practice, it should look like this. So over the one inside my right foot, down to 45, over the one inside my left foot. Turn back, keep it back for a second, turn through. Now as I'm turning back, I want to feel this club head, right, this grip, work over the stick inside, at least 90. I want to stretch that turn. My chest feels like it's up towards the sky a little, not down towards the ground off the ball. As I transition down, I'm getting this stick over the 45. I'm reflexing my legs, right, my lead hip, my lead shoulder working down, and then I square them back up. Get my belt buckle and my shirt buttons towards the target. That's the feel that I like to see a flow, and put a club in and feel that same thing. Like I'm turning back, I'm flowing down, and then squaring it up on the way through. The point here is to cue in on what part you need to train. If you need more of the backswing turn, you're gonna focus in on just this backswing motion and try and get that part first. Let's do that first. So if you need that, that would be the piece you cue in on. Now, when you come down, if you have a hard time keeping the shoulders closed for the first half of the downswing, like me, and you tend to open up too quick, let's say you go full back 90, but you open way past 45, by the time you're here, you need to feel as though you keep your chest and shoulders closed as your lead hip opens up. Shirt buttons are facing back here behind. I would cue in on that feel, and then I'd pop a club in, and I'd do a little rehearsal and feel the same pieces, reset, and then I'm going to try that same feel. And that works really well for me as I tend to open my shoulders too quick. Maybe you have those first two checkpoints, but you have a hard time getting to the full turn in the follow through. Then I would cue in on getting this club parallel to the one or past the one on the ground on the way through and cue in on that piece. So I'm trying to gain a feel and get some fluidity with this. So inside my right heel, big turn back, keep it back, and then all the way through. Turn back, chest up, keep my chest back, turn through. And this piece, like we looked at, from here to the follow through is where my chest starts to catch up to my hips, but it can stay back for a second to keep the depth and get my swing direction from the inside. One more. Good, and those all feel really good for me. So this would be the drill I set up. Again, sticks, one stick inside your right, you turn back to that. One stick inside your left, turn through to that. And then you add a stick on the ground that's about a 45-degree angle from the camera and the target. That's how you train the shoulders in your golf swing. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. If you like the video and you'd like more coaching from me, for me to be your personal golf coach and see over 500 exclusive videos we have available nowhere else, go ahead and click the Cogorno Golf logo there. That'll take you right to the site. If you do want to watch more here on YouTube about how to turn the shoulders, we'll put 2 videos up here. Both of them talk a little bit more in depth about how to turn the shoulders and the chest to help you improve your contact.